What's going on, guys? Oh my God, Godzilla back here with a super exciting figure review for you guys today. We are taking a look at Hiya Toys' exquisite basic Kong figure from Godzilla vs. Kong. Guys, without further ado, let's jump right in. Guys, first taking a look at this packaging, really similar to the Godzilla packaging we got. Actually really reminiscent of the Playmates packaging even, just with the color scheme and everything. And pretty basic packaging. We just have a couple images of the figure himself. Really cool looking poses. And then the really classic clean front. Guys, in terms of the bottom and the top of the packaging, same situation on both sides. So let's take a look at the figure. Alright guys, so here is our Kong figure. Guys, we have 3 different heads and 4 sets of hands. Guys, let's take a better look at this figure. First of all, I'd love to take a peek at the axe. It comes with these cool instructions, and this is actually really smart. I wish more figures would actually take use of this. So watch. To get the axe in and out of the hand, you actually pop this top off and slide it right out of the grippy hand. And then the top just snaps right back on, nice and easy. So you don't have to, you're not stuck trying to pry the fingers open. So I really like that. But first, let's take a look at the axe. Looks great. This Godzilla dorsal plate looks really, really cool. We'll compare it size-wise to the Godzilla in a little bit. A lot of good details. This is definitely the best axe I think we have seen on a Kong. Definitely a little bit of a step up, I think, from the SH Monster Arts. And it's a little more sizable, so really cool there. So, guys, there is our axe. And, guys, taking a look at the Kong figure. This is his kind of big roaring face. Probably my favorite of the 3. Really, really clean. You got nice messy teeth. Good big old tongue back there. And just a lot of detail on this figure. He looks really, really nice. Taking a look at the back of the figure. Moving down the legs. Some obvious joints down here. And the backs of the arms are a little bit joint heavy in terms of what you can see. But the front looks a lot better. Obviously, this torso one's pretty big. And you have a decent range of motion there, though. Moving down, checking out the feet, toes. Not really any paint action going on the nails or anything. But that is definitely forgivable. So, guys, in terms of our hands, I have 2 of them on right now. Open hand, which he came with both hands open. I love the detail on the inside of the hands there. It looks really good. You can totally see the lines in there. Checking out the back of the hand, looks pretty good as well. And then I switched out one of the grippy hands, as we'll call them, so he could hold that axe for the beginning of our video. The other hands he has fist hands, which look great. I probably won't put them on in this video. But he does have fist hands, so if you wanted to just make him holding the fist or maybe pose him, pound in the chest, you could do that. And then we will take a look at these posing ability later. He has kind of the gorilla crawling hands, so he can be down there crawling. But we'll take a look at all those poses in a little bit, guys. I just wanted to first take a look at some of the amazing detail offered on this figure. We'll take a look quickly at the other 2 heads, which we'll probably pop on a little later. We have a closed mouth head, which is actually the head he came with. This one, I don't love the closed mouth look on this one, or really this one I think looks a little better, honestly, than the SH Monster Arts, but the closed mouth one just gives me too much, like, Bigfoot vibes, the found footage Bigfoot vibes. But, so you do have that closed mouth, just kind of calm head, and then you have, this one I really like a lot, too, actually, the kind of grunting, angry face there. Pretty much everything's the same except for the facial expressions. We're not getting any differences on the tops of the ears or anything. So, and those just pop right on. That was a little bit actually difficult to pop in and out on the head. Same with the hands. Just pull them straight off and plug the new one in. Guys, articulation-wise on this figure, obviously we're going to get some good range of motion on the head, and you can get a good amount of up and down on the neck as well. It's just a ball joint there, so you got a really good range of motion there. And we do have motion, tons of motion on the shoulders here. At this piece here, decent range of motion on the elbows there. And then obviously the wrist is on a ball joint as well, so you can get up, down, 360 there. And then we have some range of motion, or lots of range of motion side to side, and then some even up and down on the torso. And then, guys, the legs are going to be very articulate as well, moving out the wide, and this range of motion as well. Knees are pretty darn stiff on mine. But they get enough range of motion for sure, and I'm sure working these guys over time will loosen up those joints. This guy's fresh out of the box from Hiya Toys. Huge shout out to them. Thank you so much for letting us review this figure early. And then the feet have a little up and down and plenty of side to side. So definitely great articulation, definitely on par with SH Monster Arts, but close to half the price. This guy was about $50. I think the SH Monster Arts was like, I guess the SH Monster Arts was Kong was only, what, 65 maybe. So definitely a little cheaper, but definitely a lot bigger and better, I think, on this guy. So guys, give me 1 sec. I'm going to throw him into that crawling pose, and we'll check that out. So guys, as you can see, the crawling pose does not actually work too well. His arms end up being a little too long, his legs don't bend quite enough, and his head does not point quite up enough to get him like fully down on all fours. But you can kind of get him in this little pseudo crawl position, it's fine. I would never really pose him crawling anyway, so to me this is not too big of a deal. But just worth noting that the crawling pose is very difficult to achieve. Alrighty guys, I want to take some time really quickly to go ahead and scale him up next to a couple figures. I didn't grab too many, but I just wanted to show him off against, obviously being in the Hiya Toys 7-inch line, he's going to be a decent little amount bigger than this is the SH Monster Arts Kong. So quite a bit different than the SH Monster Arts Kong. Comparing these two roaring heads, definitely think that the Hiya is superior. A lot better detail, a lot better sculpt. Really, I think, does SH Monster Arts under the table on this one. So, obviously, he's not going to scale very well with the Godzilla from 2021 SH Monster Arts. Let's go ahead and take a look at him up against the Mecha Godzilla from SH Monster Arts. This scaling isn't as bad. I think Kong's definitely a little oversized there. So I'd love to get a Mecha Godzilla from Hiya. That would be beastly and look amazing, I'm sure. But, so he's definitely a bit too big to scale very well with this SH Monster Arts, but definitely doesn't scale too bad. And guys, scaling him next to the Hiya Toys Godzilla, he's still probably a little tall. I know Godzilla's supposed to be quite a bit, not quite a bit, but a little taller than Kong there. But the scaling's not too bad. Obviously, it looks pretty darn good. Guys, real quick, I wanted to take a second and compare the axes of our Hiya to our SH Monster Arts. So Hiya's over here on the right, and SH Monster Arts is over here on the left. So definitely different coloring, but the Hiya over here, they did a better job at painting. Obviously, we don't have as much of a color detail difference here. So I think the Hiya looks a lot better. And then, guys, I wanted to just quickly compare the axe to the Godzilla spikes. It looks really darn similar. Check that out. Fits this spike back here pretty darn perfectly. So I think we know where Kong got his spike from. Ping, ping, ping. But, yeah, guys, this Kong is amazing. Hiya, once again, knocked it out of the park with this figure. Totally recommend. I know this figure's coming out real soon. Best place to order, I think, Big Bad Toy Store, guys. I will link it below. I'm definitely super duper psyched to have this Kong figure in the lineup. So, guys, this has been the Hiya Exquisite Basic Kong figure. Amazing. Would totally recommend. Great price, great figure, great size. Really love it. Have almost nothing bad to say about this figure. And, guys, once again, huge thank you to Hiya Toys for going ahead and sending out this figure so we could take a look at him in advance. Really appreciate those guys, as always. And this figure, they totally knocked it out of the park. I got nothing but amazing things to say about Hiya. I love it, love it, love it. It's an amazing figure. The Godzilla is awesome. They both look great up on the shelf together. Can't wait for the Mothra and Rodan coming soon. And let's hope we get a Mechagodzilla and maybe even a King Ghidorah. How huge would that be? That figure would be massive. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, guys, here is our Kong. We'll take a look at some of the different accessories here in a little bit. We have 3 different